doing another book review on The Richest Man in Babylon. So today was just any other day. No different than yesterday. It's just Sunday. So yeah, let's get started on what we did. Last time we were leaving off on the 7 keys for lean purse, or 7 keys to becoming, or just being wealthy, which I think the lean purse would mean. So we completed up to 6. The 6th one was ensure future income. We already went over that. So if you go on to the last, which is the last one, which is the 7th one, increase the ability to earn. So there was a story in this one. Not long ago, came to me a young man seeking to borrow. When I questioned him the cause of his necessity, he complained that his earnings were insufficient to pay his expenses. Therefore, I explained to him, this being the case, he was a poor customer for the money lender, as he possessed no surplus earning for the capacity to repay the loan. So this one means that when you're like loaning someone money, just make sure that they could pay it back, which is kind of the downside of charging them a lot of interest, because they're probably not going to pay it back. So he won't be able to pay it back because his income is less than his expenses. So expenses, I'm sure he's going to pay first, so that he has no leftover money, which means he can't pay you, which means you just lost some money. So
that's why a lot of lenders, they have to calculate debt to income ratio, and usually they require like average 45 debt to income ratio before they can lend it to you.
Okay. What you need, young man, I told him, is to earn more coins. What did you do to increase the capacity to earn? So he said all that he did was 6 times within 2 months or 2 moons did he approach his master and ask for more to get a raise. And so he said no. So he didn't have any success in doing that. So people will usually think, well, he tried, he asked for a raise, he didn't get his raise. That's really simple, but it says that preceding accomplishment must be desire. Desire must be strong and definite, meaning if you want something, you have to do anything to do it. He wanted it, but not strong enough to the point he didn't do it. To the point he did everything he wanted. So, no, how did I said that so wrong? Okay, he wanted it, but he's not willing to do whatever it takes to get it. So, what did I just say? I have short-term memory loss, which is bad. I forget something I said like 5 seconds ago.
He's not willing to do whatever it takes.
Okay, so true desire is when you see something, you want it, and you do anything. One of his stories was when I was a humble scribe carving upon clay for a few coppers a day. I observed that other workers did more than I and were paid more. Therefore, did I determine that I would be exceeded by no one, nor did it take long for me to discover the reason for the greater success. More interest in my work, more concentration upon my task, and persistence in my effort, and behold, few men could carve more tablets in a day than I. So, meaning, he had a great desire. The difference between, I think it was Arcad who did this. The only difference between Arcad and the young guy, the dude that asked for money, he only wanted a raise but didn't do anything for it. Arcad saw that Arcad wanted a raise, but he was willing to do whatever it takes to get it, which included him having to write some more clay tablets in order to make more money, which is increasing your income, like he said. And many things come to make a man rich life, such as the following he must do if he respects himself, meaning kind of the rules, not really, but what will make yourself a respectable person. He must take care of his family, and they may think and speak well of him. He must make a will of record that in case the gods call him, proper and honorable division of property be accomplished. So I'm going to say these two. The first one meaning take care of your family. The second one, I'm not that sure what it means, but I'd say make a will or make a keep record. What says division of his property in a will of record? So I think that means write a will. He must have compassion upon those who are injured and smitten by misfortune and aid them without reasonable limits. He must do deeds of thoughtfulness to those dear him. Meaning be generous and help others out. If you see someone in need, try to help them instead of shaming them. So just be generous and donate some stuff. We'll try to help someone out. The last one. No, that was the last one. Those are the 7 cures for the purse. And there's a lot of gold in Babylon. And there's abundance for all. And this is how you could possibly make money. I'm going to review that one because I think it's really important. Start thy purse to fattening. And that one was take part of what you earn is for you to keep, where he took the 10%. Second cure, control thy expenditures, which is meaning just save your money. Third cure, make thy gold multiply, which is pretty much put it into investments and try to increase the income and loans and your compound interest and whatever. The fourth cure, guard thy treasures from loss. Don't buy dumb things and trust it somewhere very well and take care of your gold or money. Fifth cure, make of thy dwelling a profitable investment, meaning just make some good investments, which I think that's what it means. Sixth cure, ensure future income, pretty much means make sure that your income goes through more generations. And this part means you hire slaves, and then your son will use those slaves. But now you hire employees, and then your son will hire more employees. Then the generation will keep living on. Is that the 7th? That was 6th. And the 7th one was increase thy ability to earn, which was doing more in order to earn more. Can I have a drink? That was good. Next chapter, the cures are all over now. They're probably going to go over it later, but I think we're now almost halfway done. Still almost. I'm pretty sure where I left off, we are halfway done. So, meet the goddess of good luck. If a man be lucky, it is no foretelling and is good fortune. Meaning, luck is unexpected. Luck is you can't rely on it. Meaning, he's saying that luck won't make you money. Like you can't work on luck. And this one would just be pretty much talking about a lot about gambling, which is a very big addiction, and spending your money on useless things and false investments, pretty much. People have a really strong desire to become lucky because they think for some reason people think that they're really special because it's you don't know about other people's lives and you think you're the only person that buys lottery. Like come on, I'm the only guy that buys lottery because there's a lot of people out there who do it too, and it's just going to be very hard. In gambling, the odds are against you, not with you, so you're probably not going to earn money from that either. Investing is not really gambling. It's just putting out your money towards a cause or something that will has a high chance to give you greater returns. So So Arcad announced to his class that, "Speak up, my friends. What say you? Shall we seek to find if there be means by which good luck may entice to visit each and all of us?" Meaning, do you want good luck to visit you? And everyone said, "Yeah, yeah," and much of it. So everyone wants good luck. And Arcad continued to start a discussion. Let's hear from the people among them who have insured or like gone through this luck thing. And he's asking anyone who has been struck by good luck or something very amazing happened to them. And he said, "How many of you?" And like everyone in the room was really silent and they're expecting someone to raise hands, which is pretty much how the class is. Because when I don't have a question, because like I don't have an answer to a question because I don't know what it is, and I'm hoping that someone will put their hands up. But when they don't, you're like, you're screwed. So it's kind of what happened here. And there's one story that I will do. Spoke a well-robed young man, which I think is a well-clothed person. And when a man speaks of luck, it's not natural that his thoughts return to the gaming tables. Meaning, when you think of luck, your mind automatically goes to gambling or lotteries. And it's not just that; it's probably other things too, like other investments that you get lucky too. When people think of luck, they think of lotteries and gambling. But so that's why everyone tries to go to those, because it's just a very popular thing, and they hope that the goddess of hope, they think that someone will bless them to get very good luck and make them very rich one day. So and he was about to take a seat when people started calling him to come back again, and he started continuing the story. And if I were to finish it, it would say that the cubes won't be in your favor, pretty much. Meaning, don't spend your money trying to get lucky on stuff like that. So, and it's going to be going a lot more. And the main thing was to ignore the gaming table would be over an instinct common to most men, the love of taking a chance, a small amount of silver, and the hope of winning much gold. I mean, it's instinct that when you put less out and you gain more, but they're missing the part that you're not guaranteed to gain more. Because like when your sales, when you have a customer, you're almost guaranteed to get more, unless they find a way to negotiate you down, or if they don't buy. Well, if you have a customer and then they're dedicated to buying, then it's kind of a guarantee money. It's not going to be hoping you will get a good price from it, because you're the one that's giving them the price. So yeah, people are just giving out a chance of silver in hopes to earn gold, and that's pretty much it. Even though it's not that much, it will add up. So and then there were some other stories about these betting money on horse racing and all of that. Let's get through those. Yeah, there's a lot of those stories. Alright, I think we got a good story. Okay. And let us hear another tale of opportunity, and meaning just opportunity that must be taken. That we kind of skipped through the first few stories, but this is just going to be the best one out of them. You don't need to say the first. I have responded to the red road man of middle age. I am a buyer of animals, mostly camels and horses. Sometimes I do buy the sheep and goats. And he did somehow he went one night and an opportunity came. And the slaves spread out their tent, and when he was looking, so when they were going for food or something, all of a sudden, an elderly farmer found himself locked outside or priced outside. I'm not sure what they mean by locked outside. But he said, "Honored sir," he addressed me from the appearance. "I do judge thee to be a buyer. If this be so much, I would like to sell to thee the most excellent flock of sheep that's driven up. Alas, my good wife lies very sick with the fever. I must return with all haste. Buy my sheep, and my slaves may mount our camels and travel back without delay." So he's offering a chance for him to buy sheep, and he's got to bargain with him, and so they weren't able to bring torches to count the flock of sheep. He knew it was going to be a lot, but he couldn't see the sheep. So he decided not to buy the sheep because it would take too much effort to try to count them and all that. Now I understand why people say when you're sleeping, count sheep. Now I understand that because it's really hard to count them. So, it's probably because they all look the same. So he did not end up doing that. He said, "Please, most honorable sir," he pleaded, "pay me but 2/3 of the price tonight. I may be on my way." Meaning, he's saying, "Have this. You don't mean pay full price. How about you pay me 2/3 of the price?" And then he was like, "No, yeah, no." So, he ended up not buying it, and then all of a sudden, he was stubborn and refused to make payment that night. Next morning, before I woke, the city gates opened, and 4 buyers rushed out in search of flocks. They were most eager and willing to pay high prices because the city was threatened with siege or they were getting raided, and food was not plentiful. Nearly 3 times the price at which he offered to the flock to me did the old farmer receive for it. Meaning, he was offered a really cheap bargain. Then he sold it for 3 times. Meaning, the guy who refused to buy it, or the red-robed guy, he kind of lost money from that. He could have bought a good thing and then sold it, but the farmer was the guy who came out in the end with all that money. Like, you were offered this item for $10, and then they were like, and then you said no. And then he said, "How this? I'll give you it for $6. And you still said no. And then next thing you know, a bunch of buyers come out and end up buying it for $30. So, of course, you regret it because you could have bought it and sold it. So, that was a bad mistake. And the moral of the story would be that was good luck that could happen, but when you have the opportunity, just take it. If you see a good bargain, take it as soon as you can. Remember, just because it's a good bargain doesn't mean it's a scam. So
but make sure you know the number. You have to run the number, calculate number.
Because this story didn't make that much
just
sense
because people pay more,
you have to be able to see the sheep before you buy the sheep. Because the old man could have easily scammed you, but you're lucky he didn't. So, make sure that you know what you're getting, or have them give it to you before you put out the money. Does that exist? Where you give it first,
yeah,
then
they
you
do.
pay?
They do give it to you. They sign a contract, and then those are leasing, option lease. They give it to you first, and you have an option whether you buy or not. And then, but then you have to put down payment, deposit. They have that thing where they offer you a house that you can buy it in a period of time, that you can, they allow you, like, let's say a year to buy that house at whatever amount that is. And if you decide to buy the time, then you keep the house. If not, then they keep your deposit money.
So that last chapter was about taking good opportunities and not falling for gambling and all that. We're going over for one more, which would be another large one, just like the 7 cures. It's going to be the 5 laws of gold. So, Arcad said, "A bag heavy with gold or a clay tablet carved with words of wisdom. If you had a choice, which would you choose?" And of course, everyone said, the gold, the gold. And so everyone said, and Arcad he knew it. Or, I know why I said Old Calibab. That might have been his last name, but And he says, "Hear the wild dogs out there in the night," because back then they were so it was just really weird back then, and you could hear animals howling in the middle of the night. I mean, some people could still hear it today. Like you probably hear like dogs barking outside, or probably I don't know, a coyote or something. But whatever it was, they heard the howls, and they were relieved of hunger from the wild dogs. And if you feed them, what do? Fight and strut. They fight and keep eating and feasting, giving no thought that tomorrow will surely come, meaning they're not going to save it. Just so it is with the sons of men. Give them a choice of gold and wisdom. What they do, ignore the wisdom and waste the gold. Tomorrow they will wail because they have no more gold. It seems pretty realistic. Because you have served me faithfully upon a long journey, because you cared well for my camels, and I'm not sure why he's talking to us. I think this guy named Hark or something. I don't know why. I'm not used to this type of language. So when they say something like Hark Ye or Hark Ye, I'm not sure if that's a name or a phrase, or if that's like a term or something. So I might have to search that up. But whatever it was, he said it and he's giving it to somebody. So he's going to give him. I think he's giving it to Calabab, but all right. My son, it is my desire that you succeed to my estate, meaning he wants to pass down his generation to him. Thou must, however, first prove that you are capable of wisely handling it. Therefore, I wish that you go out in the world and show your ability to both acquire gold and make it yourself respected among men. To start with, I'll give you two things which I denied when I started as a poor youth to build up a fortune. First, I'll give you a bag of gold. If you use it wisely, it should be the basis of your future success. Second, I'll give you this clay tablet upon which is carved 5 laws of gold. And so he's talking about how it's going to bring security and all that good stuff. 10 years from this day, come back to the house of your father and give an account of yourself. If you're proven worthy, then I'll give you the heir to his estate. Otherwise, I'll give it to the priest, that might barter my soul for the kind consideration of the gods. I mean, he's going to donate it to the church. So, he's trying that, and so he's going to go out and use them both. 10 years, which is kind of a long time. 10 years passed, and no Nasir as he agreed. So I'm so confused now. Was it Calabab or no Nasir? I'm so confused. I don't care. Forget the names. Just focus on what it is. As he had agreed, returned to the house of his father, who provided a great feast in his honor, to which he invited many friends and relatives. After the feast was over, the father and mother mounted their throne-like seats at one of the great hall, and he stood before them to give an account of himself, how much he made. It was evening. The room was hazy with smoke and all this other stuff. He said, "My father," he said, "I bow before your wisdom. 10 years ago, when I stood at the gates of manhood, you bade me to go become man among men instead of remaining a vassal to your fortune. You gave me of disastrous handling. It fled, indeed, from my inexperienced hands as a wild hare flees at the first opportunity from the youth who captures it." I'm not sure people still capture rabbits or hares today. I'm not sure. I don't do that. I don't know anyone who still does that. I think it's insects now. People now capture insects. I don't think they capture rabbits. But well, he just flew away from him. He just ran away really quickly. So he lost all of his gold on stupid stuff. You'll see very, very dumb stuff. The father doesn't mean, I don't think it's his actual father. Father used to be a term for like mentor, like uncle. It's not really your uncle. It's just somebody that you look up to, or a mentor, or like your dad, your mother. it might not be your actual mother, but it's a woman you look up to. So, those are those. And he decided to go to Nineveh. I don't know how to pronounce this. As the growing city, two well-spoken men who had a most beautiful white horse, as fleet as the wind, were among these. And they told him in confidence that in Nineveh was a wealthy man who ignored, why did I say ignored? I don't know why what's up with me and O's and I's. Its owner believed that no horse living could run with greater speed, meaning he thinks his horse is the fastest in the world. Therefore, he would wager or bet any amount of money that his horse will win in any race. And so his friends decided to compare it to the fastest horse in the world, and they thought that a work donkey can outrun him with ease. So they offered a great favor to ask him to join the wager, and of course he stupidly agreed. He's like, you know what? I think my donkey could beat the world's fastest horse. You know what? I'm gonna bet majority of my gold and have even if I do win, my friends are gonna take the money and not me, because he's the guy with the money, not his friends. So that was very dumb, and he lost horribly, of course, and he lost most of his gold, and of course, the father had to laugh because, like, come on, it's such a stupid story. So, and all of those bets that he won and all of that. So that was very sad. And there was some other stuff very horrible, but I'm gonna tell you the last story. This one wasn't that bad, and what was that? But a story about these fathers who tried to go up. Not really, but they tried. The plan was to go somewhere outside the kingdom or something and buy these 3 mills and then get the water from the mills and try to make fertile soil and something about selling herbs to the people of Babylon. So that was their plan, and of course it would be very expensive. So he got up 12 other people and he asked his son to invest into it. And he decided to keep going, and that was just kind of a business, whatever they did, and they did that. But he said that he only used 10% of what he earned, because the 10% isn't for you to spend. I mean, it is for you to spend, you can put aside, but as for not really your wants, not really your lives, but it's something on the side. Like, something that if you lose, it wouldn't matter that much. But of course it would matter, but you won't die from it. That's something you'll put on the side, like probably stocks or investing into what he's doing, the mills or whatever. So we're going, and here's the clay tablet he was given 10 years ago. And I'm not going to go over it because I feel like that's a good cliffhanger for the next one. I know I'm going to do that because all the teachers and everyone, whenever the teachers do a movie, they always end at the most exciting part. So that's why I'm going to do it to you guys too. So, this is not Babylon. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. My brother's coming up next. I'm going to summarize. Take opportunities and take good advice, I think. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. See you guys next time. Bye for now.